Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to discuss the poem by Rabindranath Tagore called On the Seashore. So grab your virtual seats and let's begin. In this video, we are going to discuss the background and context of the poem. I will also be touching upon the central message of the poem. Then we will proceed to the line-by-line explanation of each of the lines of the poem, followed by a detailed discussion on the themes of the poem. On the Seashore is a poem from Rabindranath Tagore's collection reflecting his deep appreciation for nature and his philosophical thoughts on life. The poem is written at a time when Rabindranath Tagore was exploring the innocence and the purity which is associated with childhood, and we see how the poem is going to highlight this contrast between the carefree, simple, innocent world of children and the complex world of the adults. The central message of the poem is how the innocent, carefree play life of children is compared to the serious and often challenging activities which adults have to face and encounter. So the poem emphasizes the purity and simplicity of childhood, suggesting that children live in a state of harmony, peace, joy, untouched by the worries, tensions and dangers which the adults face. Let us now discuss the detailed stanza-wise explanation of the poem. The first part is, on the seashore of endless worlds children meet. The infinite sky is motionless overhead and the restless water is boisterous. On the seashore of endless worlds, the children meet with shouts and dances. So we see over here in these lines that children gather on the seashore. It is a place representing infinite possibilities where there is a lot of interaction between the different worlds that the children come from. The sky above is calm, with the water being lively and energetic, as you must have seen if you have ever visited a seashore. The children play joyfully. They are unaffected by the vastness around them. So we see how this stanza is going to set the scene for the rest of the poem, depicting the seashore as a meeting place for children from different worlds and backgrounds that they come from. The contrast between the calm sea and the lively water symbolizes the innocence and energy of children, because when we adults go to the seashore, what are our concerns? That we don't want our feet to get dirty with the sand, or for others it would be they don't want to get tanned. But for the children, they just love to explore a seashore area, and that is exactly what the poet is telling over here. Stanza 2. They build their houses with sand and they play with empty shells. With withered leaves they weave their boats and smilingly float them on the vast deep. Children have their play on the seashore of the worlds. The word withered leaves means the dry leaves which you find along the seashore, and the phrase vast deep means the deep oceans. So basically in these lines, the poet is trying to tell us about how the children engage in simple and imaginative play, building sand houses and sand castles and floating leaf boats in the waters. Their games are uncomplicated, they are simple, they are joyful. So we see how this stanza highlights the simplicity and the creativity which is involved in children's play. They use the natural elements. They don't need fancy, elaborate toys to play. With the simple natural elements from nature available around them, they create their own world of fun and adventure. And isn't it true what we adults should also do? We are running behind luxuries and materialistic things, but we often forget to show our gratitude or thank God or whatever force you believe in for the simple things that we have around us. Stanza 3. They know not how to swim, they know not how to cast nets. Pearl fishers dive for pearls, merchants sail ship while children gather pebbles and scatter them again. They seek not for hidden treasures, they know not how to cast nets. So, here, basically, in these lines, the poet is saying that unlike adults who try to run behind finding pearls for profit, children are content or satisfied with gathering pebbles and playing simple games. So here is the place where a contrast is being made. Finally, there is an activity which is being highlighted that the adults indulge in and how it is different from the kind of activities that children do. They are unaware of adult skills and ambitions. This stanza contrasts the innocent, carefree activities of children, such as collecting pebbles and scattering them again, to the serious, goal-oriented tasks of adults. So it emphasizes the purity of childhood, which is untainted, unaffected by materialistic desires which the adults are running behind. The sea surges up with laughter, and pale gleams the smile of the sea beach. Death-dealing waves sing meaningless ballads to the children, even like a mother while rocking her baby's cradle. The sea plays with children, and pale gleams the smile of the sea beach. So we see how the sea is interacting with the children in a playful manner, just like a mother enjoys playing with their children. The waves, though potentially dangerous, sing harmless songs for the children. So we see how this stanza personifies the sea, describing it as a playful and nurturing presence equated to a mother towards their children. The potential dangers of the sea get neutralized, get minused when the children want to play. Stanza 5. On the seashore of endless worlds children meet. Tempest roams in the pathless sky. Ships are wrecked in the trackless water. Death is abroad and children play. On the seashore of endless worlds is the great meeting of children. So we see over here in the final lines of the poem, the poet highlights that in spite of the dangers which are present in the adult world, characterized by tempests, which could be storms, which could lead to shipwrecks and death, children continue to play without any kind of tension or worry. The seashore remains a place of joyous gathering for them, a place where they can play and enjoy themselves with their imaginative and creative games. So the final stanza reinforces the contrast between the innocence of children and the dangers of the adult world. The seashore is depicted as a sanctuary, we could say, for childhood, and it is untouched and unaffected by the concerns, worries and tensions of the adult life. And trust me, adulting is difficult. Let us quickly discuss the major themes of the poem, and in this poem we are going to look at it from these three aspects, which is the innocence of childhood, nature and play, and the life and death. The poem celebrates the purity and simplicity which is found in the playtime when the children are playing. The poet vividly depicts children engaging in innocent activities like building of sand houses, playing with empty shells and floating leaf boats on the water. These actions symbolize their unspoiled and imaginative nature. Unlike adults who are often burdened with responsibilities and worries, children live in a world which is free of complexities. Their joy is derived from the simplest of pleasures, untainted, unaffected by the material concerns that dominate the adult life. The innocence is contrasted with the adult's world quest for wealth and success, emphasizing how children's pure and unadulterated perspective on life is a form of true freedom and joy. To discuss about nature and play, the natural elements like the seashore, the sky and the sea play a central role in the children's activities, symbolizing the harmony between nature and the imaginative world of children. The seashore is depicted as a vast, boundless playground where children can explore and create freely. The sky is overhead and it is described as infinite, unending, and motionless, while the water is restless and boisterous compared to the boundless, uncontrolled energy and creativity of children. Nature over here is not just a backdrop, but it is an active participant, we could say, in the children's play. The sea's waves, which could be dangerous, are perceived as playful friends or companions for the children. This theme highlights the connection which is there between children and the natural world, where nature fosters, promotes, and enhances their imaginative play. Why do children love going to parks? Again, park is a representation of nature. The same way in this poem, Rabindranath Tagore has made use of the seashore as that play area for children. To talk about life and death, we see that the poem in a very subtle manner addresses the theme of life and death, contrasting the joy of children with the ever-present dangers which are faced by the adults. While children play on the seashore, they are unaware of the risks around them. Adults are actually aware of the threats which in the poem is mentioned in the form of the tempests and the shipwrecks. The death-dealing waves sing meaningless ballads to the children, indicating that what is a potential threat to adults is only a part of children's playful world. This juxtaposition, this superimposition suggests that childhood is a protected, almost sacred space where the harsh realities of life and death are not yet understood by them. The presence of danger in the background serves to enhance the innocence and purity of children's world, emphasizing how they must enjoy this phase of life to the fullest, because this is a transient phase of their life. So in totality, we could say that On the Seashore is an exploration of the themes of innocence, the contrast between childhood and adulthood, and the harmony between nature and play. Through imagery and philosophical depth, the poem celebrates the purity of childhood while also acknowledging the inevitable childhood transition into adulthood, characterized by complexities, worries, and tensions. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.